Hey everyone, how's it going? I am Zeracon. I am back once again. I'll try to keep this brief, just because I'm certain that other people have talked about this already, and they can give you more in-depth information and whatnot about this. But Warner Brothers Games has gone and they had the Nemesis system from Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor, and they went and patented that Nemesis system. So they essentially are the only people allowed to utilize that system that well, not them, but their devs made. Um, and I originally heard about this through my friend. He texted me earlier today talking about this. I mean, apparently this is something that's been going on. That this isn't might have been like a couple days old. And I know that Oh No, It's Alex did a video about it. I actually watched it earlier today. And I'll actually leave the link to his video in the description so you can get more information about it. But he texted me about that, and we went about that, and we pretty much had the same general consensus about, like, why this isn't a good thing. Because it's really a limit to creativity in gaming, especially with development, because only they only a WB Games published game will actually be able to utilize that feature. And so, like, it's if a big corporation comes and patents like that, then who else can use, like, how is that going to be implemented? No one else is able to implement off and build off of it. I mean, and because I told him, I said, I mean, something like this is like the equivalent. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not necessarily the same thing, but it's the same idea. Is like, what if procedural generation was patented? Like, we wouldn't have we wouldn't have the roguelike genre in itself. I mean, like, seriously, a bunch of games came out of the roguelike genre. Um, and this isn't even the same thing, because I mean, like, this is really, I think this is more like a fan based name. But, like, what if the Metroidvania style of gameplay was patented? I mean, I doubt that could be patented, but if it was, like, think about how many games that would impact. Yeah, and like I've and as Oh No, It's Alex pointed out, like, the EA, they patented the dialogue wheel from the Mass Effect games, and it might have been used in other games, maybe the Dragon Age games. I don't know. I haven't played those before, so I'm not certain. But I thought about it, I'm like, huh, yeah, I haven't seen the dialogue wheel outside of any game beside that. And then also, I've also heard about how Namco patented mini games during load times, which I think is completely stupid. I mean, why wouldn't you want? I mean, like, why would you patent something like that? I mean, that's just like give the gamer something to enjoy while the game is going on. Like, I remember playing the Dragon Ball, I think this is Budokai Tenkaichi games, where you do like different mini games, like either Vegeta is like doing push-ups, or like Gohan's pulling the swords out of the ground, like stuff like that. Or like, no, not even that. Like, I think even before that, like, even the original Budokai games, you had like sort of like other games, like Goku was eating bowls of ramen, for example. Um, so it's not so like, I mean, like, I think that removing fun things, just keeping them for yourself or your company, is like completely unethical. Like, sure, it's legal what they did; they're in the legal rights. But are they? Is it ethically right? Is it morally right? Like, it's the same thing where I talk about, like, how Nintendo, like, they're in their right with um like having these like limited releases, but are they morally right? Like, yeah, sure, they can do that because it's their game and whatnot. Yeah, and that's another topic I should probably address. But that's like, that would be a completely different video though. But the point is that it's ridiculous that it's happening. My friend asked me. He said, "Do you think this is something that's going to become a norm?" I personally doubt it. I don't think there could be anything. I mean, for one thing, while there are new things being done in games, it is kind of stagnant. I mean, if you look at Ubisoft games, they aren't really innovative. They sort of copy, like, their formats. I mean, in like other games as well, certain genres, like they will copy each other or they will just follow the same format that they normally do. So I doubt that there will be too many things that would necessarily need to worry about being patented. And I mean, even with certain uh, things like the DualSense has the DualSense controller. I mean, it has haptic feedback, but I believe haptic feedback isn't even an original thing that Sony did. So I don't. So like they couldn't really pan that or do anything wrong with that. And HD Rumble for Nintendo. That from what I've done with it. I mean, I've only like used the Joy Cons a couple of times with, or like I used it with the HD Rumble like during the presentation, like before it released, and it didn't really seem like it was. Um, I guess you could essentially call it just like a sort of haptic feedback in a sense, because that's essentially what it is. I mean, it's nothing too extraordinary. But but yeah, I don't think it's something that could be a big problem or something that will become a common problem. But it is something that is a problem. I mean, fortunately, I wasn't too entranced by anything that Warner Brothers Games is putting out, and because of that, I mean, even still, if they were, I probably wouldn't be able to support them, just because of this. Well, I mean, I wouldn't. I don't know. It's just it really rubs me the wrong way. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a company that I would blacklist, although there have been a couple times where I've wanted to blacklist them, personally. But but yeah, that's just how it is. So I'm just gonna wrap it up here. Let me know what you think of this situation in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. So until then, I am Zeracon signing off. Have a good one.